ユミちゃん、いよいよ私たちの番だね。
Should I do this now? I guess we can. Let me check. Okay, I just made sure I have memory. Alright.
ええ、アスカさん、今日の私は一味違います。覚悟はいいですか？ユミちゃん、覚悟するのはそっちだよ。私、ホムラちゃんに修行の相手をしてもらったから、かなりパワーアップしてるよ。
So they do mention that.
ホムラさんが修行の相手？あ、また怒っちゃう？善人が悪人と付き合っちゃって。
This might go somewhere. Let's see. But I'm thinking maybe it should have just been one route. And you can choose which side of the story you want to follow.
いいえ、学園祭で戦ってみて分かりました。悪にもいろんな人がいることを。
I'll take that for the moment. For the moment.
そうだよね。ホムラちゃんとか一緒にいると面白いもんね。
To be honest, I don't think you've where are the actual evil shinobi who are out in the field? I would like to see one of them and see how they operate.
ホムラさんはアスカさんが大好きみたいでしたよ。
She did not confirm that.
本当に？でもホムラちゃんは私に会うといつもガミガミ言うよ。修行はしてるか？怠けていないかってさ。
Well, that doesn't disprove anything.
まあ、その口うるさい感じがちょっと癖になっちゃったりするんだけどね。悪人と仲の良い善人など少し前の私なら絶対に許せなかった。
Maybe that's it. It just seems too easy for them to come around with what they've been given. Maybe.
でも今は？そうですね。少しだけ考えを改めました。少しだけ？完全に考えを改めるのはアスカさん、あなたと限界ギリギリの勝負をしてからです。
Yeah, they use that a little bit too much. I don't think the writers know.
うん、わかった。勝負だよ、ユミちゃん。
That's why I can't pinpoint anything.
善でも悪でもない。ただの忍びとして私の全てをぶつけます。
I mean, you're both good shinobi, but...
見ててください、おじい様。
Okay. Let's see how this goes.
鎮魂の夢に沈みましょう。
It's the same battle as before, and I imagine we're gonna do it twice.
舞い忍びます。
So in that case, I'm just gonna fight this time.
最終戦、勝負。
Right.
甘いよ。
Hang on.
甘いよ。
Remember when fighting. And remember my controls. There we go. Get the ice going. I blocked. Okay. Go now. Okay, we're at the transformation phase. I'm probably gonna need to transform if I want to keep up, though. We'll see. We'll see if you can make me do it. The shuriken. Forgot about that. I could not block out of that. Okay, fair enough. Or, I mean, do the move. That. I couldn't do that. Okay. Making steady progress. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble. Which one? I can't escape. Maybe I can if I jump right as soon as it's done. Well, I managed to somewhat get away. Why can't I block that? Okay. Fair enough. Before I get distracted. Because it was starting to not like this is any better though. Yep, not like it's any better. But let's do it. Just a relentless attack of skills. And I'm not gonna worry about 3. I'm just gonna attack. Yep, just gonna attack and enjoy the view at the same time. I mean, I could try to go for 3, but I don't want to lose. And you already know what it is. It's a spider. It doesn't benefit me. Why put myself at a disadvantage when I know that there is a chance I'll lose? The only reason would be because I wanted to show you all something. But in this case, I have no need. Two again? Oh, forgot that would happen. Yeah, there we go. Battle 1 done. I might do it in battle 2.
私の勝ちですね。まだだよ。どうしてまだ立ち上がれるのですか。ユミちゃん、私はまだ限界ギリギリじゃないよ。まだユミちゃんに全部ぶつけてない。
I mean, if you actually brought out the skull, that'd be cool.
わかりません。やられても立ち上がる。あなたの強さの秘密はどこにあるのですか。
Yumi, you have ice. You should just be able to freeze her.
私の強さに秘密なんてないよ。
No, there is. I could say it, but you already know what I'm thinking.
私が戦う相手はみんな私より強くて、私はみんなに離されないように必死に食いついてるだけだから。
And again, that can work in a show, but in a game where we don't really, focus on that aspect and Asuka just becomes stronger, well then,
だって離されて差が広がっちゃったらみんな私と戦ってくれなくなるでしょ。
Like we already know at the end of the game, Asuka must win because she's the protagonist.
そんなの私嫌だから。アスカさん、私みんなと友達でいたいから、ライバルでいたいから。だから私は負けたくない。強くなりたいって思うんだよ。
Like that's nice, but one that displays Asuka's motivation more than the Hanzo route did, but 2, I would still say Yumi's drive would be stronger. I mean, she's literally got the death of her parents driving her.
それにね、ユミちゃんが黒影さんのために戦うみたいに、私だって簡単に倒れたらじっちゃんに顔向けできないし。
Like, I don't think those two should be compared.
よくわかりました。ならばとことんやりましょう。どちらかが死ぬかもしれない限界まで。そして戦いが終わった時、その時はアスカさん、私と友達になってください。
Nah, it just seems too easy. But alright.
もちろんユミちゃんも最強の友達の仲間入りだよ。ありがとうアスカさん。では残った私の力すべて振り絞ります。
Well, let's have our final fight.
アスカ舞い忍びます。最終戦勝負。
Oh, right. I'm in. Fine. Fine. We'll start off with skills. Don't think I'm gonna go easy on you because you're not transformed, though. Oh shoot, I'm running out of skills though. Shoot. Alright, well that's fair. Well, no, it's not actually. I started transforming and you didn't. That's not fair at all. Hang on, I can't lock on. There we go. There we go. Alright, then we're gonna go for a freeze. You will back off. And you know, I might, depending if I don't get to level up, I might end up. Shoot! Darn it! Oh no, here we go, here we go. I'm okay, I'm okay. Stay whelmed me. Stay whelmed. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay. We can do this. I should have skipped it. I should have skipped it. How is Asuka powering through my moves though? Uh-oh. Which one is that? I can't dodge that. Yeah, I couldn't. Dadgummit! How do you have any scrolls? Uh-oh. I'm in trouble. I used that move too much. Like, really, I'm doing... Dadgummit! Nah, that's cap. That's cap. You shouldn't be able to do all this. What? I was jumping. How? Nah, I'm mad now. Hold up, hold up. Come here. How on earth were you able to do all that? That should not have happened. That should not have happened. Do you hear me? So I will use it. Alright, come here. Spider, bring it. Didn't have to be this way. It didn't. All right. I'm done. Goodness. Why are you acting all dramatic? They just said they want to be friends after this. No one died. So a draw. So Asuka won hers, while Yumi got a draw on hers. So in other words, Asuka is the stronger one here. What is she trying to accomplish? Oh right, you don't know yet. I see. Again, it feels too easy. Like, I felt like the Yumi and Hanzo route was how Yumi would have realistically have been in this situation. Well, no, I don't know how she would have reacted if she won that Yumi, but... I mean, don't get me wrong. I want this to happen. I just wish there was more in between. I feel like I got a sandwich with just 2 slices of bread. No cheese, no meat, no lettuce, tomatoes, no anything. And then the biggest thing, all this situation could have been resolved if Kurokage just said at the beginning, you all don't have to follow me. And like, if they do have a big change, what's the big drive for them becoming shinobi? He didn't die yet. Did he? He's there. He used to hate the darkness. But all you have to do is say, you don't have to follow me. If you notice that. Maybe. But again, it just seemed... I think, you know, when the game goes so hard and the story details, you know, makes it so dark, then I expect, you know, a suitable resolution to that darkness, you know? Like, again, this is what I wanted, this ending. Just wish we had a little bit more padding to get here. Wait, he is dead? So in the Hanzo route he's alive, but in this route he's dead? Okay, I did not expect this.
心からおめでとう。そしてさようなら。
Again, all he had to do. Wait, so did they not get to see him because of Hanzo one last time? Wait a minute, that's not what they're trying to imply, is it? Can I change, please? Please?
ユミ、皆さんお疲れ様でした。これにて学園祭も終了です。
I'm gonna have to think long and hard now that I have both sides about things I would have done differently. And there's a slight whiplash going from the Hanzo route to this route's ending because they're quite different. But like not in the way that the Hanzo and Hebijo one was, because I felt they complement each other, like the actual endings did quite well.
もちろん半蔵学院を燃やしたりしないんだよね。当然です。半蔵学院はこれからも切磋琢磨するべき仲間なのですから。
And I know Hanzo gonna appear in some way and somehow.
そうだね。これで戦いにも一区切りつきました。みんなでお墓参りに行きましょう。
When did he die? Like, they buried him and everything?
そうですね。私たちの成長した姿を見てもらいましょう。だねだね。特に私とか超成長したし。
Mm-hmm.
みのりだって大人になったから褒めてくれるもん。みのりちんはまだまだお子様じゃん。ブラックコーヒーだって飲めないし。飲めなくても大人だもん。黒影おじいちゃんはみのりを褒めてくれるもん。
I mean, even I don't drink coffee, so.
甘いな。黒影様は我の成長をこそ一番喜んでくれるはずだ。
ありえないし。むしろおめえいつまでつけてるんだって怒られると思うし。
That's fair.
なんだと。黒影様はお面をかっこいいと言ってくれたぞ。
But not as much as your face.
二人とも子供っぽい喧嘩しちゃって。やっぱり大人なのはみのりだけだね。ちょっとみのりちん何それ。ありえないんだけど。
くぬぬぬぬぬぬ。
みんないい加減にしなさい。黒影様はみんなのことを喜んでくれるに決まってる。
Yes, he will.
そうだね。
反省。
では行きましょう。おじいさまのもとに。
Don't tell me that's the end. Okay. Washing his great. Sheesh. Can we get an idea when he died?
どうよ、ユミちん。
Like, that would have been even worse if Team Hanzo was saying, you think he would want that and he's dead? Anyways.
黒影おじいちゃん、綺麗になったかな。ええ、すごく綺麗になりました。
Oh. I was waiting for arigato. Really? That's it? Just because they made it through the Royale?
おじいさま、やっとお参りに来ることができました。
Correct me if I'm wrong. The game started off with him alive, correct? Oh, really? Had to have been Hanzo.
おじいさま、ユミたちは戦いを通して成長することができました。 この成長をおじい様は喜んでいただけるでしょうか。
Do I think they taught you well? No. No, I do not. Because I've been hesitating to say it, but I feel like the evil shinobi that they saw was a quote-unquote biased view. And by that I mean they literally tried, like the Team Hebijo from the Hanzo route to the Hebijo route, I noticed. And the Hebijo route, they seemed like completely nice characters. Like they weren't, I read the manga compared to that, and there was an edge that they had there that was missing in the Hebijo route. In short, this game is made to create waifus. So therefore, if they made any of them undesirable, it'd be a problem. So therefore, it's hard to say that they were a fair representation of what evil shinobi would realistically be. That's what I'm saying. In a sense, the game prevents its own progress. Yeah. And again, he was alive at the beginning of the game, right? I didn't miss that? Of course, we gotta give Hanzo credit for this. Yeah, because I didn't like how it turned out, so of course he had to be involved. Of course, yeah. Hanzo?
どうしてここに
Container full of sushi?
ワンパイ先生はどこに
どこにという質問ならここにいると答えよう。なぜならワンパイはわしじゃからだ。
Isn't Yumi like a third year? Like how long have they have you been there sensei this entire time? How long has Kurokage been out?
床に伏せていた黒影に頼まれていたんじゃよ。もし自分の身に何かあったらお前さんたちの面倒を頼むとな。だから演奏をして決戦の教師をやっていたのじゃ。
Okay, yeah. Massive tone whiplash. Literally, he's alive at the end of the Hanzo route, and at the Gessen route, seems like he's been dead for all this time. I gotta check the first episode.
おじい様が私たちのことを頼んだ。
お前さんたちのためならたもとを分かったわしにだって頭を下げる。あいつにとっては忍びのプライドよりもお前さんたちのことが大切だったんじゃろうな。
That shouldn't contradict his logic. You're a good shinobi. But that is nice.
ではどうしてイチゴ大福やセクハラでわしらを挑発したのだ
Because he's actually the main villain.
すべては学園祭を通じて成長してもらいたいという親心じゃ。
Nah, an elite shinobi could have came up with 10 other ways at least to motivate them. You did that because that's what you wanted to do.
学園祭ではアスカさんだって危険な目に遭いました。一歩間違えれば死んでしまっていたかもしれないのに。
No, she wouldn't.
そんな心配は無用じゃったな。
Yeah,
アスカたちはやわな鍛え方はしとらんからの。
because they had that nice solid plot armor.
とどめです。お覚悟。させるか。
Oh, and speaking of... Oh no, wait a minute. Of course it did. Because it has to. Their best train. So he's responsible for training them too, huh? Yep.
ワンパイ先生、今までありがとうございました。
Where's Rin? I miss Rin.
でもさ、なんでワンパイって名前にしたんだ？
That's a fair question.
ワンパイとは王杯とも読める。
I knew it.
王杯 おっぱいおっぱいおっぱいおっぱいおっぱいおっぱいおっぱいおっぱいということじゃ。なはなはなはははは。
Very nice, Hanzo. Yes. Yes, yes.
さて黒影よ、お前さんはわしの寿司を食べたことがなかったの。
Oh, really? Actually, that makes sense. He probably started the sushi thing much later.
これはお前さんたちのためにも握ってきたんじゃ。思いっきり食べるといい。
Of course.
さあお祝いじゃ。新たな忍びの道の前途を祈って。
Yeah, why, what are they gonna be fighting for now? If not that world? Oh, really? I thought we were gonna get a picture. Oh, there it is! We can barely see Minori, though. What's that? Oh, is that Hanzo? In the front?
おじいさま、心からありがとう。そしていつまでも忘れません。
So he died in this version. So that's the Gessen route. Well, one, I'm gonna say this, at least from that perspective, I don't see me having any problems with the Yumi I just saw there. In fact, I actually felt bad for the team because I feel like the story, I honestly feel like there was a really good story in here, but it was limited by, well, like I said, I'm gonna have to really think about it because I liked when they were facing I feel like Team Heavy Joe, well, no, not Team Heavy Joe, Team Crimson would have been a good team for them to face. Like, Yumi should have heard about, oh, that's it in color. Amazing. But anyways, Yumi should have heard about Homer's backstory #1, which is, like, Homer's backstory, it shows the duality of things. She was from a family of good shinobi, and for taking out an evil shinobi, she was branded a criminal. Like, that's something that's perfect for someone like Yumi to hear and to really make her think. Someone like Minori, I can see, I actually liked Minori and Murasaki. That conversation was good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go through and see what conversations I really liked. Because another thing is, Yozakura knowing Ryoma and Ryobi, that was something I got from the DLC. So that actually helped me be more okay with that. But I might have had issues with that if I just found out they knew each other, which it makes it really easy to tie a bow on things. Wait, coloring? There's someone named Yo who was coloring? That's interesting. Overall, I like Team Gessen. I wish they were given, I think the multiple routes either hurt them or they needed a linear story because there are now two vastly different versions, and it's more different than the Hanzo and Habijo route. Like, Kurokage is alive in one and dying, and he's dead in the other. And in Hanzo, I felt they were acting more so how characters in their position would have acted, but at their own route, they seemed, I don't know. Just give me some time to gather my thoughts on this, I guess. Oh, D. Yeah. I did end up taking a lot of hits. Did not expect that. But alright, we've completed them. And I have finally removed all those zeros from my save file. Nice. I guess I should also talk about one thing I can mention. Why would Yumi be ranked number 1 at this point? Would I necessarily feel that from... I mean, we still have Miyabi's route to go. It's not as cut and dry, I feel, in this game. Hanzo, I feel like it was very easy to tell the rankings. But this one, oh, there's 20 characters, so that doubles the amount. And the stories can vastly differ. Though I do wonder if the issues that I'm having are why Asuka has failed to place higher on the polls. I've always said in the Neptunia series that a game mimics the main character. And in this case, since the main character is Asuka, there are still pieces I feel Asuka is missing in order to become a complete main character. And the same goes for the game, I think. Meanwhile, I feel like Team Gessen has the pieces that they need, similar to Homer's Crimson Squad, that can make for interesting stories. It's just that whenever Team Hanzo enters the mix, I feel like they don't have what they need to be the central characters. In a sense, I just end up feeling bad for the other teams. And I think that is due to the fact of, in order for the game to realize its full potential, you have to fight another character that can be dress broken and everything. And I think that's the problem. So therefore, the individual teams can't really do their own things as much. They have to be involved with the other teams. And when they have to be involved with the other teams, that stunts how much they can actually do stuff with. So for that reason, for that reason and other reasons that I said, I am looking forward to Estival simply for the fact that people told me it's not as serious. I think I probably would prefer that. Because when it's as serious, when the story does get serious, I can't turn off my brain and just let stuff slide. But when the game is just all fun and jokes, then I don't have to think about things. I'm like, okay, it is what it is. We move on. But when you have deaths of parents and you're trying to talk about complex issues like balance and what the balance should be in the world, I can't realistically just turn my brain off and say, oh yeah, I'll just accept everything the game throws at me. Which is funny because I think the concept of a hero getting that ideal world was done in the crossover game, and I really enjoyed it there. But one thing I will note is that even that crossover game, I think, had more lines of dialogue between the characters than one round of this game. Maybe, but because there was really only the 4 characters from each game, then 2 other non-important characters, and then the rest of the cast, and they interacted in a linear story. Oh yeah, and I still haven't gotten that mode. Like, Yumi and Asuka didn't transform. But I wonder if, because Homura still has, and Hikage still has it. Homura, I know, hasn't used hers, but Hikage did. I wonder if Miyabi will have something. But yeah, like I said, I really do like Team Gessen, and I think it's because I do that I just wanted the best for them and in their story. The same with Homer's Crimson Squad, and hopefully Miyabi's team will, I mean, from what I've seen from Ryobi and Ryoma, they will have a different type of vibe from me. Like, those two seem like they fit comfortably, like they said, on that side. So, and then there's Miyabi, who, we'll see. Well, either way, like I said, I'm gonna have to do a lot of thinking about this, and funny enough, I finished this route. I still haven't uploaded episode 1 for you all, so I literally have an entire route. I don't know what you all have to say, so maybe you'll shed some light on how I'm feeling. And hopefully I can kind of take it easy before we start Miyabi's, because actually, yeah, I should ask my admin what I should do now. So, alright, with that being said, I hope you all have enjoyed watching. Please tell me what you thought about this route down in the comments below for the question of the day, as I imagine I can't be asking anything else at this moment. And I will see you all next time.